Hi there, my name is Zach and this is Edgar and we're with Skyline Cabinetry. We want to just create a small assembly video for you about our Base 18 frameless European style cabinet. There's going to be a couple things we're going to need for this assembly. The first things we're going to need is a nail gun, a rubber mallet, we will need the screw gun, and then the screwdriver. Guys, we would just want to stress this. Safety is most important, so while using your nail gun, please use your safety goggles. Now that we've got everything already set out and separated, let's go ahead and get to the assemble side of this video. Alright, so first thing we did was we went ahead and put our side panels down, and we are going to start with the hinges. So there's two different parts of the hinge. We've got the actual hinge itself and then the body of the hinge. So the first thing we're going to do is take the body of the hinge and go ahead and screw it into the side panel of the cabinet. One thing you may want to be able to do is keep the screws a little loose. Don't tighten them down all the way. We want to make sure that whenever we attach the door to it, we can adjust the door from there. Once the door is adjusted, then we can go ahead and tighten it down. The next thing we're going to do is go ahead and get the cam lock screws. We're going to go ahead and put them in place so that later we can then lock our cabinet together. The next step that we're going to be doing is we want to grab any kind of glue. You're going to have any wood glue or any kind of construction style glue that we're going to be then filling into these holes where the dowels will go next. As soon as the glue is all the way around, we'll then start inserting the dowels. You guys, I can't stress enough how important it is to use the glue. The glue is actually something that helps keep the cabinet stable while it is being moved around and things like that. The cam locks and then the cam lock screws will work, but it is very important to go ahead and use the glue as well. Alright guys, so the very next step is going to be, we have some different slats of wood here, not to be confused with a different piece that's actually going to be our 4.5-inch piece, which is going to be our toe kick. So we're going to set that one to the side right now. These next slats are going to be connecting to our cam lock screws and our dowels. So we will go ahead and start installing those. One of the things that we want to remember is the hole for the lock is going to go up so that when granite and or any countertop is installed, it is covered, and from the inside of the cabinet you do not see anything. So after the toe kick is done, we're going to go ahead and grab the bottom of the cabinet and go ahead and install it. Guys, one of the things we want to remember is that you do not want to use your drill to tighten these cam locks. It will probably more than likely break anything or cause something to strip out. So we want to make sure to go ahead and use that screwdriver to tighten these cam locks. All right, what Edgar's doing right now, he's going ahead and placing the locks inside where it's going to lock to the cam lock screw so that we can be ready to go ahead and lock everything together once we will then put the other side panel on top. But before we do that, guys, we want to remember, again, glue is very important. So we can start by even putting some of the glue inside here where the dowels will go inside of. All right, the very next thing is we're going to make sure all of the cam lock screws and the dowels line up with all of the holes. Before hammering it down with the rubber mallet. We want to make sure everything is nice and tight. Then we will again get the screwdriver out and lock everything down with the cam lock screws. All right guys, so the very next thing we're going to be doing is the back of the cabinet is going to be a skin. We will then slide the skin down, making sure that it goes flush across the top, and that is the back of the cabinet. All right, so the next step that we have is going to be installing the railings. We are going to be using the tapered screw, the one with the flat edge. There are two different kinds of tapered screws, but we want to make sure to use the one with the flat edge because you will be screwing into the plastic piece inside the side wall. So the face of the drawer is going to be a little bit different. We're going to have to attach the dovetail portion of the box to the drawer front. So the dimension should be 1 inch on top, 1 inch on the bottom, and everything is pre-drilled. And now we will begin to start putting the rest of the drawer together now. Again, just like some of our previous videos that you guys may have watched, everything is dovetail. And that is going to be put together with a nail gun, because again, if you are not putting nails in there, it will not stay together when opening and closing these drawers. All right, so the very next thing we're going to be doing is attaching the actual hinges to the door frame. We will be using, again, the tapered screws that will sit flush with the hinge so that nothing gets scratched when opening and closing the doors. All right, guys, so one of the last things we're going to be doing is attaching the door. So if you remember back earlier in this video, we talked about leaving the other part of the hinge loose so that we can move this door up and down. We want to make sure that once this is attached, then we go back and tighten these screws. Tighten these screws all the way. One of the things here at the end I want to touch base on is our end panel. When you have an exposed cabinet that is not going to be a wall-to-wall measurement, we will have these skin panels that will then cover the side of the cabinet, which then will make it just even and flush with the both drawer and door of the cabinet. So that concludes the video for the Base 18 European style frameless line that we have here at Skyline Cabinetry. We really want to just thank you guys for listening in. If we can do anything to help you guys, please reach out on the email that will be on this video or on our website. Thank you so much.